Given alpha and beta are the roots of the equation x square plus px plus q is equal to 0 and omega is an imaginary cube root of unity, then we need to find the value of omega alpha plus omega square beta into omega square alpha plus omega beta. And here since alpha and beta are the roots, so sum of the roots we can write it as minus b by, that is minus p by 1, and product of the roots we can write c upon e, that is q by 1, which is equal to q. And also since omega is a imaginary cube root of unity, so we can have omega cube is equal to 1 and 1 plus omega square is equal to 0. So let us simplify. Omega alpha plus omega square beta into omega square alpha plus omega beta, which is equal to omega alpha into omega square alpha plus omega beta plus omega square beta into omega square alpha plus omega beta. So here we can add omega cube into alpha square plus omega square into alpha beta plus, and here omega power 4 into alpha beta plus, and omega cube into beta square. Since omega cube is 1, so omega power 4 we can write it as omega cube into omega, that is 1 into omega, which is omega. So omega power 4 I can write it as omega, and omega cube is 1. So 1 into alpha square, and here omega square alpha beta, and this is omega power 4 is omega alpha beta, and omega cube is 1. Or we can write alpha square plus beta square, alpha beta taken common, omega plus omega square. So we can write alpha square plus beta square. Since omega plus omega square, from here we can write minus 1. So we can, this is alpha beta into minus 1. So we can write this as alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta, and again minus alpha beta. That is alpha plus beta whole square minus 3 times of alpha beta. Alpha plus beta value is minus p, so minus p whole square minus 3 times of alpha beta is q. So we can write p square minus 3q. So p square minus 3q, which is option D. D is the answer.